In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, good afternoon from Tehran. You're watching World News on Jam Network. Today with me, Mariam Zalqadr. Iranians from all walks of life staged nationwide rallies on Saturday to observe National Day, marking the campaign against global arrogance. Addressing the ralliers in Tehran, Parliament Speaker Ghulam Ali Haddad warned that any move by the US aimed at curtailing Iran's rights will meet with a strong reaction from the Iranian nation. The top parliamentarian reiterated the Iranian people were appropriate to react to any move intended to put the lid on their inalienable right to peaceful nuclear energy. Adil stressed that Iranians are ready to pay the price for their independence. Day 3 of major war games, codenamed the Great Prophet, saw the infantry and mechanized units of the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, IRGC, display their military might across Iran. Commander of the IRGC's ground forces, Brigadier General Mohammad Reza Zahedi, said Phase 3 of the maneuvers features state-of-the-art military hardware. He added 3 modern anti-personnel, anti-helicopter and armor-piercing weapons will also be tested during the drills. Russia has called for far-reaching changes to a draft UN resolution on Iran. Russian ambassador to the UN, Anton Vasilyev, told reporters after meeting with other UN envoys from the Perm 5 Plus Germany in New York that the resolution should leave open the doors to negotiations with Iran. Here is what else the top Russian diplomat and US ambassador to the UN, John Bolton, had to say respectively on the issue.
We do believe that the Bushehr project does not have anything to do with concerns about non-proliferation, because it is clearly a peaceful nuclear power plant that we're helping Iranians to build. In doing that, we're acting in full conformity with the non-proliferation treaty, which actually makes it imperative on nuclear powers to help non-nuclear countries to develop their peaceful nuclear energy.
The Russians gave us a complete line-in, line-out version of edits, and I said the United States would have some other suggestions to make, and we'll distribute our line-in, line-out text later this afternoon. And in light of the extent of the Russian changes, we've decided that we'll refer all these back to capitals and meet again at some later date.
Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says Russia will not bargain at the UN Security Council over its construction of Iran's first nuclear power plant in Bushehr. Lavrov said Saturday European powers are trying to win Russian support for UN sanctions against Iran in exchange for allowing Moscow to continue construction of the Bushehr facility. The top Russian diplomat underscored Moscow doesn't need the European powers' permission to complete the Bushehr power plant. Russia has demanded extensive changes to the European drafted UN resolution against Iran. Up to 4 people were killed in the Gaza Strip Saturday as the Israeli regime's forces pressed a renewed military offensive that killed more than 40 Palestinians in 4 days. In Beit Hanun, the body of a 46-year-old man was found under the rubble of a house hit in an airstrike. Another Palestinian died of wounds sustained in an artillery strike in nearby Jabaliyah, which wounded at least 4 others. More than 13 other people were also wounded in missile strikes and tank shelling. In the meantime, head of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, asked the international community to intervene immediately to stop the occupying regime's aggression in the Gaza Strip and massacres committed for the last 4 days. More than 80 Palestinians have been wounded in the Israeli attacks, which have also seen around 100 people detained. Tehran has hosted a gathering on how medicine can help deal with chemical weapons. The event held on Saturday brought together delegates from a dozen Asian and European countries. Addressing the participants, Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi reiterated that Iran is against weapons of mass destruction. Highlighting a UN report, he referred to the former Iraqi regime using chemical arms against the Iranian nation on a large scale and said Tehran is ready to share with the international community its experience in fighting chemical weapons. Meanwhile, this is what one of the participants had to tell our reporter about the event.
I think this training course is going to be very helpful for doctors like me who are actually involved in planning a response to a possible chemical disaster even in my own country.
President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has communicated the law on the citizenship status of children born to Iranian mothers and non-Iranian fathers. The children who have been or will be born in Iran within a year since the law was passed can apply for Iranian citizenship after age 18. Those who apply will be accepted as Iranian citizens given that they have no criminal record and they renounce citizenship of other countries. The law has been approved by Iranian lawmakers on September the 24th. Tehran will have clear to partly cloudy skies, covered with winds, lightning and showers later on Saturday. The temperature in the capital will hit 57 degrees Fahrenheit in the coldest hours tonight. Stay tuned for the nationwide weather forecast. And that's a wrap to today's edition of World News on Jam Network. At the end, let me remind you of the latest top stories that made the headlines for today. Here is goodbye from me. Iranians observe National Day, marking the campaign against global arrogance. The Islamic Revolution Guards courses infantry and mechanized units display their military might on Day 3 of the Great Prophet War Games. And Russia's foreign minister says Moscow will not deal at the UN over its construction of the Iranian nuclear power plant in Bushehr.